When something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor. Life is too short for long-term grudges. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket, as long as you control what happens to that basket. Great companies are built on great products. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. I think you should always bear in mind that entropy is not on your side. I think there should be regulations on social media to the degree that it negatively affects the public good. When I was in college, I wanted to be involved in things that would change the world. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. I always invest my own money in the companies that I create. I don't believe in the whole thing of just using other people's money. I don't think that's right. I'm not going to ask other people to invest in something if I'm not prepared to do so myself. Self-driving cars are the natural extension of active safety, and obviously something we should do. Starting a business is not for everyone. Starting a business, I'd say, number one is, have a high pain threshold. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, your job is going to be quite miserable. I will never be happy without having someone. Going to sleep alone kills me. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. If we drive down the cost of transportation in space, we can do great things. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. If humanity doesn't land on Mars in my lifetime, I would be very disappointed. When I was a child, there's one thing I said. I never want to be alone. That's what I would say. I don't want to be alone. If I'm not in love, if I'm not with a long-term companion, I cannot be happy. I do love email. Wherever possible, I try to communicate asynchronously. I'm really good at email. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. I'm interested in things that change the world or that affect the future and wondrous, new technology where you see it, and you're like, wow, how did that even happen? How is that possible? Tesla is here to stay and keep fighting for the electric car revolution. The value of beauty and inspiration is very much underrated, no question. But I want to be clear. I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. The factory is the machine that builds the machine. Man has the power to act as his own destroyer, and that is the way he has acted through most of his history.